The ancient world is a tapestry woven with myths, legends, and forgotten texts. Among these lost voices is the Book of Giants, a work that challenges our understanding of biblical history and the very nature of humanity's origins. Why was this text deemed too dangerous, too heretical, to be included in the accepted canon? In the mid-20th century, the sands of Qumran yielded a treasure trove of ancient documents, the Dead Sea Scrolls. Amongst these fragments lay pieces of the Book of Giants, offering tantalizing glimpses into a narrative suppressed for centuries. These fragments corroborate and expand upon stories found in other ancient texts, most notably the Book of Enoch. The Book of Giants tells of beings of immense stature and power, the offspring of fallen angels and human women, as described in Genesis. It elaborates on their deeds, both heroic and destructive. Were these giants merely allegorical figures, or were they historical beings, possessing knowledge and abilities beyond our current comprehension? Some scholars suggest they represent a pre-Diluvian civilization, a technologically advanced society wiped out by the Great Flood. To understand why the Book of Giants was hidden, we must examine the historical context of the early church. The process of canonization, deciding which texts were considered divinely inspired and authoritative, was a complex and often politically charged process. Texts that contradicted established doctrines or threatened the church's authority were suppressed or excluded. The Book of Giants presented a narrative that challenged the established order. While it shared some similarities with accepted biblical stories, such as the existence of giants and the impending flood, it offered a different perspective, one that emphasized the giants' perspective, their motivations, and their ultimate fate. Perhaps this alternate viewpoint was deemed too subversive, too likely to undermine the Church's interpretation of Scripture. Furthermore, the Book of Giants delves into the complex relationship between angels, demons, and humanity. It explores the idea that these supernatural beings actively intervened in human affairs, shaping our history and destiny. This concept, while present in other ancient texts, may have been deemed too controversial, too likely to fuel superstition and fear. The Church sought to maintain control over the spiritual realm, and the Book of Giants threatened that control. To what extent does secular history support the claims made in the Book of Giants, or indeed in the Bible itself? Archaeological evidence, ancient accounts from other cultures, and geological findings can shed light on the events described in these texts. While definitive proof may be elusive, the convergence of different sources can strengthen the plausibility of certain narratives. For example, the existence of large hominids, while not necessarily the giants of legend, suggests that the ancient world was far more diverse than we previously imagined. Ultimately, the question of why the Book of Giants was hidden remains open to interpretation. Was it a deliberate act of censorship, intended to suppress dangerous ideas? Or was it simply a case of historical accident, a text that fell out of favor and was eventually forgotten? The answer likely lies somewhere in between. The Book of Giants, like many ancient texts, offers a glimpse into a world that is both familiar and alien, a world where the lines between myth and reality are blurred. Whether you view the Book of Giants as a literal account of historical events, a collection of allegorical tales, or a heretical deviation from accepted scripture, it serves as a reminder that history is rarely simple, and that the stories we tell ourselves shape our understanding of the world. This is Hidden Histories. Like, share, and subscribe for more biblical mysteries, ancient truths, and forbidden knowledge, revealed daily.